Alright, it took me 11 hours and 36 minutes to complete Rage 2. I had no expectations. I had no interest of playing this game at all until I heard that it was going to be short. That's when I jumped on it right away and see what this game is all about. Is it really as bad as people say it is, or is it underrated? I'm not going to bore you with I'm not going to bore you to death with my review, but I'm just going to read parts of what I've written down. And the side missions are clear cut, simple, and it doesn't drag on forever like Dragon Age Inquisition or Mass Effect Andromeda. The story / plot is simple, I guess. The game's world isn't humongous like Horizon Zero Dawn, Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey, take your pick. And the game, not only it didn't crash on me, I didn't fall through a map not once. And you would think that's a beautiful thing, right? Okay. Here's that's my pros. Here's the cons. The gameplay can and will bore players to the point of falling asleep. I lost count that many times I almost fell asleep while playing this game. I think I lost count after 8 or 9 times. I had a pillow and the blanket, and I was like, uh-oh, here we go. Weak story / plot. Bad graphics. Enemy AIs are just straight up soft as a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. Special abilities more of a miss than a hit. Recycling boss fights. Oh my goodness. If it ain't the side missions, it's the main missions. Take your pick. Can we talk about how super stiff driving vehicles are? I mean, my goodness, man. I'm just like, even Batman Arkham City and Night vehicles were better than Rage 2. That's how bad it was. Even Mako from Mass Effect 1 drifts in circles around Rage 2. Created character is just awfully limited, and it totally screams out loud of Dragon Age 2. I want to say this game is awesome, but it's disappointing. That's my verdict. So, there you go. Now, God of War. Story, but voice acting, graphics, characters, sort of, puzzles, gameplay, sort of. That's my plus. The negative, if you don't remember most of everything, good luck. Recycling boss fights. Here we go again. Kratos and Arterias with father-son relationship. More of a cold and hot. The story feels more like a movie than a video game. Thanks a lot. The Last of Us. I appreciate that. And the puzzles can be more frustrating than the gameplay. My verdict of God of War for the PlayStation 4. It's good, but not a great God of War game. And I know people are going to look at me all crazy and say, how dare you disrespect this game? It's a masterpiece. It's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. No, it's not. For me, it's not. That's just how I see it. So, I will review Alpha Protocol later this month. Oh yeah, this game is 9 years old because it came out June 1st, 2010. So, happy birthday to Alpha Protocol. And yes, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The review trailer came out last month, and every single Call of Duty fan is jumping for joy. And I'll put the information in the description box. You can read it and do whatever you want with it. Share it with friends, family members, strangers, whatever. And there will be no traditional season passes. Post-launch maps are to be free. There will be no specialist, which I knew that was going to happen. So you would think that I would be happy reading all this stuff. Oh yeah, no zombies, which, duh. Not every single person on planet Earth loves zombies, let alone zombie video games. You would think I'd be happy, but the fact that it's a reboot had me roll my eyes. I'm like, I am so sick of the entertainment industry just going the reboot route. It's a lazy way out. It's a panic move, in my opinion. And video game industry is falling right behind it. Next thing you know, we might see Splinter Cell reboot. And as much as I want to see a new game from Splinter Cell, if I see a reboot, I'm not going to be happy. So, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a straight up rental at Redbox later this year, and I'll keep it moving. I know everybody's excited, but for me, it's meh, it's whatever. I've been burned by a Call of Duty too many times. You're not going to get me this time, Infinity Ward. You're not. And I could care less that there's no traditional season passes and no DLC, whatever. We saw that what happened with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Battlefield 5. How those games turn out? And we all know there's going to be microtransactions and COD points in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, quote-unquote, soft reboot. It's a reboot. Stop saying soft reboot. So, that's my opinion on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, NBA Finals kicked off. Toronto Raptors took Game 1. 118-109 over the Golden State Warriors. So, it'll be interesting to see how Golden State Warriors respond in Game 2. They probably blow out the Toronto Raptors by 30. I want to see that happen just to see Drake looking all pitiful. Oh boy. Adam Shine took shots at Cam Newton. Well, cheap shots. That ain't nothing new. He don't like the dude. He doesn't. And memo to the Carolina Panther fans. I don't care if on social media or not. Just don't pay attention to him. Ignore him. Don't give him what he wants. Just don't. And it'll be interesting to see where the Carolina Panthers go in terms of defense. Go from 4-3 to 3-4. So, I've been hearing about the abortion battle that is really sensitive, is really intense topic. That is something I can't talk about because I'm not a woman, and it's almost the same as. No, it's not the same. It feels similar to like talking about world politics. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But this is what I can say. The laws, what is happening with the abortions and everything, it's scary. It is scary at best. And wrong. And my sister and myself talked about, in the terms of interracial dating, interracial relationships, people falling in love for the wrong reasons, and I've heard people talking about, having this weird fetishes with mixed kids, and I watched somebody's video about that, and all I can say is just love each other without the nonsense. Love your kids without the pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and say, oh, my kid is biracial, and look at him, he or she or they are beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And putting, single race kids or single race people down. Because my sister told me a story about that years ago. This is when my sister and my brother-in-law were in the military at the time. And this black dude he has biracial sons, he was, overjoyed that he's a father, but he's sitting there praising his sons maybe too much to the point of bashing black kids specifically. And I'm just taken back. I'm like, for real? That is reckless and it's dangerous, and that is something that people really need to pump the brakes and take a good long look at themselves in the mirror and cut the ish out. They're gonna run it one day. They're gonna run into the wrong person who does things like that. They either gonna be put in their place verbally or have their face rearranged. Fist fight. So, yeah. I'm done with your thoughts, and I will do a review of Alpha Protocol later this month.